Alright, welcome back. So now we just got the standard burner. It actually might have a slightly bigger flame, maybe, than the vaporizer burner. So we'll kind of roughly determine the difference between this one and that one. The flame height should be about here, around where it's hottest inside the burner, but I'm gonna have to drop this in there. So I hope I can get this in there without any issues. So I'm gonna have to pick it up. Try to get this timed on perfect. Alright, start the clock. It doesn't rest very good on there because the cap is bigger than the bottom base, so it kind of sits a little crooked, unfortunately. But I believe we're pretty close to where it burns hottest. Barely even see the flame. Not the most interesting to watch while it's taking time to boil, but bear with me. Getting close to 2 minutes. Two minutes. I'll make this video another 10-minute video too to just kind of show that both the exact same time. It'd just be a run time watching it running really after it starts. I might want to try and hook up a little mini AC generator on this. I don't know. I wish I could hook it just directly to the shaft, but it's not the easiest to do that. I need some miniature couplers, which I don't have. I can hear some kind of bubbling now as we're approaching 3 minutes. Oh, it might be getting close to boiling here, right around the same time as the other one. Yep. Wow, these are actually really close to the same amount of heat level then. Alright, we're at 340. Still, I haven't seen any fluid or anything flowing through that tube yet. So that pressure valve has not opened, so it hasn't built enough pressure yet. We're over the amount of time it took compared to the alcohol vaporizer burner. I think we're getting close though. Yep, now we're starting to push some air and bubbles and water. So right around, I let it go a little bit too before, but this is right where it's starting to boil. I haven't saw the wheel spin yet though, but it's really close to starting. But we're well over the amount of time. Oh, oh, there's a little rotation. Now I'm gonna give it its time to start. All right, there we go. So I'm gonna have to say right around, I don't know. It was over 4 minutes either way, but you can see that this one took a lot longer to get it boiling comparing to that vaporizer burner. So that vaporizer burner is burning hotter, and this flame is around the same size, if not maybe a little bit bigger. But now we're running. So right here is another determining factor that that vaporizer burner does burn hotter. Now we're kind of curious to see what an RPM is on this. I wish I had something that could read an RPM, but I don't. One thing I don't have. There's a bunch of things I don't have that I wish I had. In due time, I'll slowly, as things progress, I will slowly build my inventory of crap. Nah, but seems like it's spinning pretty decent. Not as fast as it did on the vaporizer burner. I can tell just by the sound of it. Let's put my phone away. We already know the time. Yeah, it doesn't seem to have the pressure as the other one. So the hotter the flame, the more the RPM technically should be, because the more it's going to boil the water. So this flame is actually not as hot. I can tell by the sound. It's not, I can tell it's not spinning as fast. This was a pretty good experiment to prove that that vaporizer burner is burning really hot and efficiently. These, even though it's burning a nice blue flame, I can smell more fumes coming off of this burner than the vaporizer. The vaporizer burner burns like it's propane. It's because it's atomizing that fuel very well comparing to a standard wick. Yeah, this is actually kind of weak. I'm gonna let it build up some compression here. Yeah, it's actually pretty cool to know that that vaporizer burner is actually a lot hotter than this flame. I can tell. And the fuel consumption, I already proved that the difference between fuel consumption, the vaporizer burner was just slightly more. It was almost hardly noticeable than this design. So it barely uses a slightly more, like almost, you can't even tell comparing to this. And yeah, the vaporizer burner is much more efficient, burns much hotter, and burns cleaner. Probably because it's burning, more of the fuel than it's getting a good air ratio mixture. Now this, it's hard to, unless I have a fan, or, like something to pump air to atomize it with air better. But then, it's taking power to do so. So I don't know. I suppose you could make a torch, compressed air torch with alcohol. It's just easier to use a vaporizer burner in my opinion. Yeah, this thing is not spinning that fast. I thought maybe it'd pick up a little bit more than that. Wow, this one's gonna go over 10 minutes. Sorry. Oh, seems like it's spinning a little faster there. But anyway, yeah, this proves it. All right, see you later, guys.